Back to part number 3, where we're going to pull our balancer off, timing cover off, and see exactly what's going on with our cam gear and crank gear. So we'll know just for sure if our test from last time was accurate. I left the distributor in timed, everything just like it was in case we want to watch it in real time this time. I got the water pump off, radiator out, everything out of my way, and the balancer's coming off next. So let's keep pushing, and I'll bring you all along for the pop-off here. Time to pull the front cover, finally. And I'll bring you along. Hopefully it'll pull off happily. And show us something exciting. Gasket, mostly coming. Okay. Looks normal on the inside. This, somebody got mad at that before, and I had to basically beat around it with a chisel to be able to get my socket on, but I can straighten it back out. Clean her up. Here's something I've never seen before. The oil slinger. Maybe that was some kind of homemade rig. Look at there. The chain was eating that for many years. Oh, there's the other little piece. But as far as I can tell, you can't really, it's loose, but it ain't, I don't think you can jump rope with it. Maybe he did have some kind of crazy backfire or something. But I see a mark right here, and our other marks up here. It's on top dead center, actual top dead center with the mark up here. A lot of y'all, most people realize that. But I can put my socket on here and roll it over and just see how close we are here and here. But otherwise, nothing looks too crazy. There's no signs of this moving. We thought maybe that pin had sheared or something. So let's look. Yeah, a little tiny dot right there. I'll get the flashlight. Dot and dot. We got it turned around. There's our dot and there's our dot. Our dots are lined up. All the, this side's still pulled tight, but I don't think it's jumped a tooth according to that. If you want to see the amount of slack back and forth, let me tight that way. Watch how the crank will turn, but the cam stayed still. I don't know how much that is, but it's, I can put a degree wheel on and tell you, but we're going to replace that anyway. And right now we're pretty close to our marks line. Let me go back. Right there. Well, here's our new Chloe's timing set. I first installed it on here, just quote dot to dot, and I degreed it. And I think I came out with 109.5. So I went ahead and advanced this dude 4 degrees. It's got the little picture of a an A or a house or whatever. So you just line those two up, spun it back around. I'm now about 106. So we're gonna roll 106 on this. It is an Urson cam, the owner believes, and just through a little bit of research, you can kind of see, typically they're looking for about 108. Having some a little more advanced in this should help it out. So there we are. Before I put his balancer back on and his timing cover back on, we're going to verify TDC one more time. I didn't do it on camera last time, but if I don't do it on camera, somebody somewhere will wonder what it's all about. So I'm calling this 27 for my angle. You can call it whatever you'd like at home, but it's going to be right back on that little jewel. My piston stop is in, so here we go. I just went backwards, so now I've got to go the happy direction. Won't take but just a second. Talk amongst yourselves, as the church lady said. Yes, this is easier with all the plugs out. I'm not taking the brand new plugs back out. I still got number 1 out because I got a piston stop in it. Getting close. There's about 30. That's it. 27. Here we are. I got 2 bolts in this. I realize y'all can't see them, but I can't zoom out any further than right there. Here is our balancer. I'd call that dead on the money. And that's what we like. He told me he checked it before, and I just needed to verify. That's something you do at this stage instead of trying to have to do it later. So there's your shaky view of it. And I realize it's got to go in just slightly, but we're pretty far away from the chain. I've never had an issue running one of these with a dual chain like this, but maybe they had a homemade deal or had flattened it out, or I just don't know. The inside of my old cover looks clean and clear. See all that room right there? There, almost. There we go. And that's pressed in all the way. Clear as a bell. I just got to pause for a brief moment and show you the pretty timing cover I got painted up. Cleaned up, painted up, new oil slingers on. I went ahead and double checked also with the balancer. I installed the balancer and the oil slinger without the cover on, and it still had 1/8 of an inch between those teeth. So I'm assuming maybe last time it was put on backwards. I got no idea, but I'm going back together now, and it all looks good. My marks, timing marks lined up. I know it's a little dark over here, but I cleaned all the grease and funk off of his K-member that I could reach, just so it'd look a little nicer. Try to wipe up the front of the engine some. It's not perfect, but it's getting better by each step. I can get his water pump put back on now, and we'll be there, I think. I got the car back together, full of water, checked fluids, looking good. I still got it on jack stands now. New tires are on. I'm ready to start it, try to time it, but I need to get it up to temperature. Also, I need to take a test drive in this thing because his ultimate goal is to make it to Mo Party. You see, he's a Mo Party fan, and it's coming up, I think, next weekend. So it's another one of those deals of having a purple car that's untested and taking it somewhere. But here we go. I'll get it fired up and see what it sounds like. Get my timing light out here. Let's start her up. degrees right now. I did actually bring it down to 24 and it still sets an idle and stuff, but it's still locked out, so I'm gonna leave it on 30. I think that'll be fine for our test drive. I retorqued the front wheels, and they do actually have metal valve stems in them now, so that's good. Well, I went back to I went to 34 degrees. It was just at 30, it was still a little jerky, and I got in it previously and power braked it just to feel, and it kind of just had a little kind of an erratic feel to it. I got my vacuum gauge out, plugged it in the carburetor, set the 4 idle mixture screws, round and round and round, revved it. It got a little bit better. It's only got like 12 inches of vacuum or something, which is probably normal for this cam. We believe it's some kind of Urson cam. He's got a lot of air in these tires. You can tell that by the black mark in the center. But it does spin tires, so that's good. But it should. It's got 430 gears and a 440 in it. So I think I'm still ready for a potential road test. I want to be able to be sure I got somebody on standby I can call to come get me if the thing happens to have an issue, like last time. But not a bad little road trip. We're in 3rd gear. I don't know, probably 50 miles an hour or something. You can tell it's got 430s. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but it's feeling nicer. All right, Mopar people.